Now these lessons are designed to be short and sweet without overwhelming you with too many details, and generally focusing on one thing at a time, with the exception of a few like startup, shutdown, and landing, because those would be difficult to split into shorter lessons.
What is
Okay,
this?
remember, this is a simulator, so don't worry if you jack something up. In separate sessions, we'll cover all the basics like systems, procedures, and weapons. Alright, now let's begin with starting her up. You will be working your way around the cockpit starting from left to right. It might not
Left
necessarily be the
to
order
right.
advised by our official manuals, but it's a time-sacred and battle-proven way of doing things, and you wouldn't like to be the one breaking tradition, right?
Right.
On the left side, mic switch to on. Anti-collision lights to on. Position lights to 3. Set the conformal tank switch to the stop transfer position.
I need a zoom. I got a zoom.
Next, set both inlet ramp switches to auto. Okay, moving on. Turn on all 3 cast switches, yaw, roll, and pitch. Check that the anti-skid is in the norm, hook is up, landing gear handle is down, master arm is off, and jettison buttons are not pushed in. Set the oxygen switch to on. Your Wizzo had Mongolian barbecue last night, and you don't want to be smelling that.
Oh, that's gross.
Turn the left and right generator switches to on.
That's super
Make
gross.
sure that the emergency generator switch is in the auto position.
Gross, gross, gross.
Set the left and right engine control switches to on. JFS starter switch to on.
Let me share this. Uh, don't open up Facebook. I think this one group is not a flying group. I think all they do is post F-15 pictures. All right, JFS.
Lift the covers on the left and right engine master switch.
Everything is right click here.
Set both switches to on.
Oh, I can left click. Okay.
Place the covers back down.
I think it's an either or. It's either or.
Set the ECS switch to auto. Without it, your avionics won't get any cooling and may shut down or even get damaged. Make sure that the bleed valves are set to both. Alright, now on to the actual engine start. Pull and release the JFS handle. The starter ready light has to come up within 10 seconds. Make sure to left click on the handle, as right clicking will turn it.
I got you told me that before I did it.
We're about to go to the warning system checks. I will continue with my instructions either after all the audible warnings are played, which will take some time, or after they are silenced with the DW tone silence switch. Press it now so that you are familiar with its location.
Definitely gonna
Check
press
the fire warning system by placing the fire extinguisher switch in the test position. AMAD fire light should come on and an audible warning should be heard.
Warning, AMAD, fire. Warning, AMAD, fire.
Let's move to the right engine start. Raise and release the finger lift on the right throttle.
Ooh, can I program that? I actually have that button. I don't think that's a programmable button. Let's see. Yeah, it's not a. Hold on, it says something here. Right throttle finger lift. I don't think that's programmable on. I got that on my stick, but I don't think that's programmable. I don't think that's a programmable button, but I'm gonna be shocked if it is. It is not. Yeah, I think this is just a release. Okay. It's all good. I can just hit it.
Wait for the engine monitor to come online, which will happen at around 15% RPM. Observe the engine indications and wait for it to stabilize at around 26%.
Where's it at?
Check the fire warning system again by placing the fire extinguisher switch in the test position. This time,
Warning,
AMAD and both engine fire lights should come on.
AMAD, fire. Warning, engine, fire, left. Warning, engine, fire, left. Warning, engine, fire, right. Warning, engine, fire, right.
There's not many, I mean, some similarities between this and the C, but yeah, I can imagine.
Now move the right throttle to the idle position to start pumping fuel to the engine.
Oh, I gotta separate these? I don't think I got these separated.
It takes around 10 seconds for the RPM to start raising further. At between 55 to 60%, the JFS will disengage, the main generator will come online, and the right ramp will drop down. You should once again check the fire warning system by pressing the fire extinguisher switch down.
Warning,
All
AMAD,
warning lights
fire.
should now be
Warning,
on, including the right
AMAD,
and
fire.
left burn through.
Warning, engine, fire, left. Warning, engine, fire, left. Warning, engine, fire, right. Warning, engine, fire, right. Low, altitude, low. AB, burn through, left. AB.
Close the canopy by pushing the canopy handle to the down position. Now lock it by pushing the handle fully forward. Now it's time to start the left engine. Raise and release the finger lift on the left throttle. Again, watch the engine indications. When RPM reaches 26%, push the left throttle to idle. At around 60% RPM, the left ramp should drop down. Turn on the UFC by rotating the brightness knob clockwise. Turn on both radios by pushing the channel selector knobs. Turn on both MPDs and the MPCD. Turn on the HUD by cranking the brightness knob clockwise to the desired intensity. Check the warning and caution lights by pressing and holding the lights test switch. Let's move to the sensors panel now. Set the radar altimeter to on. Set the terrain following radar to standby. Set the radar knob to on. Turn on the nav FLIR switch. Set the INS alignment knob to GC align. A GC no taxi legend is now displayed on the HUD. The alignment process should take around 4 minutes. Let's set up the remaining lights. Vertical tail floodlight to on. And formation lights to 3. At this stage you would perform a flight controls check, but you need a crew chief for that. We won't go ahead and pretend we have one since this is a sim, but I do encourage you to watch Notso's startup video on the Razbam channel to see how it should work. This is also a good moment to set up your screens and PAX programs, but both things will be covered by a separate training lesson. Okay, we're almost ready. Set the conformal tank switch back to transfer. Set the fuel knob to conformal tank's position. Check the total fuel quantity and set the bingo as desired, say to 3,000 pounds with the bingo fuel knob. Uncage the standby attitude indicator. Normally you would also set the altimeter to the airfield elevation using the knob. Remember that standard setting is 2992, and you should set that whenever you pass the transition altitude in a specific FAA or ICAO region that you're operating in. Alright, check that the GC OK is displayed on the HUD, and if it is, turn the INS knob to nav. And that's it. In the next lesson, we'll cover taxi and takeoff procedures. I also promise that from now on, these lessons will be much shorter and more to the point, keeping them at 10 minutes maximum.
Chief, remove the wheel chocks. Copy. Wheel chocks are now removed.
Komsky. Colt 1. Request takeoff.
I know a lot of people say they can't hear me, and I don't understand why sometimes my microphone, like right now, is very low, even though I had it turned. Yeah, that's weird. I don't have a Wizzo. Okay. Click some buttons here. Pretty. I don't have any weapons, so I see the radar's not gonna work. What's the master caution for? What? DSP flow low. Okay. extend and retract. Extend, I'm gonna go, I want to push forward on that. Retract, I want to be here. I could do step 2 though. I'm just gonna go with this for now. Gonna go with this for right now. What time is it? 1:04. Oh shit, I got to go. Ha! Don't fly the Viper and then fly this. Back hard on the stick, but I can't.
altitude. Low altitude.
When you really move it, you can barely pull on that sucker. Let's see what's gonna happen. $60, $75. That haptic seat feeling is wild. That is wild. All right, that speed brake. Well, I gotta set this.
Low altitude. Low altitude.
That shit is badass. His head like he getting ready to do the Matrix on your ass. I'm surprised this thing is even still working. Let's try to end with a landing. What base is that? Let's see if I can get somebody to talk to me. Oh, where's that? Oh. Crashing the door.
Krasnodar, Colt 1, inbound.
bet this looks awesome in VR.
Low altitude. Low altitude. Low altitude. Low altitude.
Man, it's a shame this plane got caught up in some bullshit. I'm still glad I didn't actually take it out though. A lot of people gave up their F15E. And I mean, as it is right now, as long as it's working, you can still use it. I can drop bombs if I, you know, practice it, you know how. Which at one time I did. Just the whole fact that it got caught up in some controversy, and who really wants to take the time to really get deep into something that eventually is probably just gonna be broke, ain't gonna work. So that's a nice $60, $70, whatever it was, gone to waste. At least I can fly it while it's still there. Where's this other hand that, oh, it's over there. Come on, man, you know. this thing is still super cool. Super cool. They use Control C for everything. They do. For almost every cockpit is going to be Control C.
Chief, place the wheel chocks.
Okay, not today, you say. Alright, that was fun.